Hey you, yeah you, the one that's about to watch this video. You didn't hear about it? I just launched my new Instagram, Juan Gotti Sports Network. Go ahead, go over there and give me a follow. It's free, and we cover anything DC sports related or anything sports related from all major sports, whether that's MLB, NHL, NBA, or NFL. I promise you won't regret it. We cover everything, whether you're a Knicks fan and you're a Giants fan, whether you're a Redskins fan. Although we are DC sports here as fans, we do cover every other sports league and every other sports team. So go ahead and give me a follow. I promise you won't regret it. Link in the description.
Oh, don't belly laugh at this, because if you go back and look at the history of Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, understand when you get a dominant pass rusher at the top of the board, if he plays to his potential, he can dominate. And I've compared Chase Young to Julius Peppers. When I was with the Carolina Panthers, we had Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers anchored the defensive line that led us to the Super Bowl. Then when you think about Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio getting together, Jack Del Rio not only had Peppers doing his first stint at Carolina, but he also had Von Miller at Denver. Both of those teams eventually went to the Super Bowl. So a dominant pass rusher can make a difference. And oh, by the way, Andrew, the Washington Redskins have 5 former first-round picks on that D-line rotation. You know who else had that? The San Francisco 49ers. We saw them end up in the Super Bowl last year. I'm not saying this year, but in a couple years, we could see the Washington Redskins have a parade.
So as you see right there, Bucky Brooks making a bold prediction. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Bucky Brooks' bold prediction. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But of course, before we do anything, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Redskins. And let's get straight into today's video. So as you've seen in the clip before, we kicked off the video, Bucky Brooks is making a bold prediction about the 2020 Washington Redskins, or the future of the Washington Redskins. So although I let you guys hear what he said, I'm going to read it for you guys because I have it pulled up on my computer here. So he says, if number 2 overall pick Chase Young is as good as advertised, the Washington Redskins are well on their way towards becoming a Super Bowl contender. So we have a supporter of the Washington Redskins, number 2 pick that everyone is, obviously. But Bucky Brooks is going on to say what I've been saying this whole entire offseason. But of course, people are going to say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know nothing. But now that an analyst and a former player, Bucky Brooks, has announced that or has made his prediction, now everyone wants to start saying, oh, the Redskins are elite defense. Because, a lot of people have been saying it this offseason, but a lot of people have been calling me crazy and stuff like that, too. So now that Bucky Brooks has said it, it's like, oh, now it makes sense. But when I was saying it, I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, but it's all good, though. But now, Bucky Brooks, I can't do nothing more but agree with him, because he's basically reiterating what I said. I've been saying this whole offseason that the Redskins have 5 first-round picks, 4 or 5 first-round picks on their front 7 of the defensive line. And then, on top of that, they have what some people say is better than Nick Bosa, Chase Young, obviously. Before we even had Chase Young, we still had a stout front 7 in Montez Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Ioannidis, Tim Settle. We always go over it, but now adding Chase Young just makes it even more lethal. So with that being said, like I said, like he reiterated in the video, and like I've been saying all season long, I feel like we're taking the 49ers blueprint. What did Bucky Brooks say in this video? I feel like the Redskins are taking the 49ers blueprint by having 5 first-round picks and adding a dominant Buckeye and Chase Young and Nick Bosa for the 49ers. Some say Chase Young is better than Nick Bosa. So with that being said, although the 49ers didn't win the Super Bowl, adding a dominant defensive end in Nick Bosa, what did it do for that team? It made that front seven nasty, and it led them to the Super Bowl. What did Bucky Brooks say in this video? The 49ers added Nick Bosa, would led them to the Super Bowl. In Carolina, Bucky Brooks said that they had Julius Peppers and turned that defense into a Super Bowl defense. So just adding Chase Young and reiterating what I've been saying this whole offseason, we finally have people opening their eyes. Bucky Brooks is one of them. And I'm so happy that we're finally getting the recognition that I wouldn't say so well deserved yet, just because we haven't proven anything, but we're finally getting the recognition that we somewhat deserve. Because, I mean, we still have to go out there on the field and prove that we deserve all of the attention. Now, with that being said, my expectations, like I've been saying, are set high. It's a little different for the offense, obviously, because we have to get things going. But the defense with Ron Rivera, a defensive-minded coach, and Jack Del Rio, a defensive-minded coach, who we know is known for turning around defenses like the Broncos and the Panthers. Obviously, we know all the stats that we've been talking about all season long. And if you don't know the stats, go check out my old videos, the older videos that I made on Jack Del Rio. Who is Jack Del Rio, to be exact? Has over 14,000 videos on my channel, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. And I go into detail on what he did to turn around defenses like the Broncos and like the Panthers. So Jack Del Rio, Ron Rivera just having a 1-2 punch combo is just making this defense even more lethal. Now, it would be lethal even if we didn't have neither one coach, or even if we did have just one, whether that was Ron Rivera or Jack Del Rio, the defense was still going to be lethal. Now having both, it's just going to make the defense even more lethal. Now, and then Ron Rivera even said it himself, yes, I'm a defensive-minded coach, but I'm most likely not going to have no say in the defense. Jack Del Rio, that's your job. I'm going to worry about being the game manager and you know, just worrying about the timeouts, the challenges, stuff like that. Now, but also in the video, I think that Bucky Brooks said, I could be wrong, but he did talk about the offense, about how Haskins and all those guys doesn't have to put up 50 touchdowns, and you know, he could play the Jimmy Garoppolo role. But I feel as though, and he does too, that Dwayne Haskins is a little bit better than a Jimmy Garoppolo in a way, the talent wise. So with that being said, we have what it takes to be a Super Bowl contender. Now, how long will it take before we contend for a Super Bowl is the question. I've been saying maybe 2021, 2022 is where we could possibly start contending for a Super Bowl. But some may say it could be longer than that. And I'm a firm believer in saying 2021, 2022. But I would not be surprised if we show up 1 year earlier. Now, if I'm saying, are we going to compete for a Super Bowl this year? I'm not expecting it. But we could possibly sneak into the playoffs, considering the fact how bad the NFC East tends to be. And then adding on one playoff spot for each side of the AFC and the NFC. So that just gives every other team a chance to make the playoffs. Now my predictions are, for Chase Young, I'm setting the bar high. What good is it? What good is it to have fun if you're not gonna set the bar high? I have Chase Young. I expect him to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I expect Montez Sweat to have a breakout year. I expect Matt Ioannidis to build off of the year that he had last year. I expect Deron Payne to be the best run stuffer on the team once again. And I expect Jonathan Allen to earn his money. We just signed him. We just picked up his 5th-year option, and this year he's gonna want to ball out so he can earn that extension this off season coming up. And then on top of that, we still got Tim Settle. We still got Caleb Brantley. We still got Ryan Anderson. But I didn't even go deep into the linebacking core, or even Ryan Anderson, or Ryan Kerrigan to be exact. Now, what I really wanted to talk about here, and which really has been the most weakness and the weak heart of this defense, is the secondary. The secondary is pretty weak. We know we have Ronald Darby, Fabian Monroe, Jimmy Moreland, Kendall Fuller, obviously, that we paid, and we brought in Landon Collins on the back end, and Sean Davis, which Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio has high hopes for Sean Davis, which I'm excited to see. He's probably one of, if not my most excited player to see. It's right under Kelvin Harmon. Sean Davis, for whatever reason, I don't know, but Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera loves this guy. So they obviously know something that we as fans don't know. Or should I say, as myself, I don't know. So, with that being said, the defense, the secondary, the reason why I say I'm okay with the secondary is because of how good our front seven is. When your front seven is that nasty of a caliber that we have, you don't need a star-studded secondary. You don't need a Darrell Reeves and Antonio Cromartie 1-2 punch combo. Although that would be great to go along with that front seven, would just make that defense even more crazier and hard to score on. I don't think it's a must. It's not necessary to, have that kind of a secondary because your front seven is doing all of the work. As long as you can cover your opponent for 3 to 5 seconds, we're good. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, especially with how fast and how it's not even just how good the defensive line is. It's just how fast and how well taught and fundamental that they have down packed are. You know what I mean by that? So with that being said, this defense is just crazy, and I've been talking about it all offseason, and I'm finally happy that people like Bucky Brooks and other people are finally starting to see. And now that Bucky Brooks said it, people will stop looking at me crazy like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've been saying this all offseason that our defense could lead us to a Super Bowl. Even go back and look at the video on how the Washington Redskins could win the Super Bowl in 2020 or the future. In that video, I explained why the Washington Redskins could win the Super Bowl in 2020 and or the future is because of this defense. And now that Bucky Brooks and everyone else is finally starting to come out and say it, although, like I said, because I already know it's still going to be those people in the comment section, well, you don't know nothing because people like Nate Burleson and other reporters have been talking about the Redskins. Yes, I know that, but it's just like finally we're getting that recognition that we know as Redskins fans that we deserve in a way. Like I said, we still have to go out there and prove ourselves, but it's finally good to know that we have some recognition out there in somewhat way. So with that being said, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hail to the Redskins, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, I watch the Redskins. Hey, let me know if I should put some so with that being said merch down below, because I say that a lot, and I don't even be meaning to, but somebody in the comment section caught on to it. Hey, let me know if y'all want that merch, man. So with that being said, it's been Boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hail to the Redskins, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, I watch the Redskins. Hey, do y'all want that merch? Let me know. Peace.